Hello YouTube, my name is Legend of DS and welcome back to another Can They Be DLC Season 2, Episode 3, technically speaking, 2 of Epic of Characters Season 3, or 2, Episode 3. And before we get into any of the topics, be it the news from Sakurai, the article, and the topic of the video being Monster Hunter, we first must address the fact that unfortunately last week I talked a little bit about the fact that Erika had gone missing, and now a week has passed, and actually not even too long after that video was posted, his belongings were found on the Manhattan Bridge, and now it's been confirmed that he has died and committed suicide. So obviously my condolences go out to the family and friends and all that, and all the fans. But it's a really sad thing that happened, and I kind of feel really bad for feeling that it could have been, you know, faked from the beginning, that it was faking. But it's the problem with the internet nowadays, and that's what I wanted to address. I did something I don't like to do, and I complain when people do it, and I did it. That was check what people say online, because I heard that he had done this before, and I was like, okay, so he has done it before, so moving on. I don't particularly care. I think this probably is another one, but no, what happened before was different than this time. What happened before was that he was in the midst of a mental breakdown when he wrote on Reddit that was going to kill himself. So yeah, we first on the internet, like, we want to talk about fake news, and people do it all the time, and then we'll complain about when somebody else does it. And I did it, technically speaking, when I said the boy that cried wolf. But yeah, also we need to stop with this cancel culture. Is a really negative, because like people were doing cancel culture to Erika when he had his first mental breakdown, when he was like clearly something was up. And I've seen the things that happened in October, November last year, and I understand being offended by the words that he said, but you still can see like something was not right, especially after what happened in April. But yeah, again, condolences go out to his family, friends, and even his fans. Although the fan base that was there now kind of incentivized them to push harder and harder, and probably brought this a lot to him. And I feel right now, I feel like the video that he made and the video being uploaded, I feel like he uploaded the video right before he did it, just to reassure himself that he would do it. So yeah, and that's a sad topic. But again, rest in peace, Erika, and I hope we now start taking mental health seriously. Also, YouTube, please restore his old channel. There's no reason now not to do it. So yeah. Anyway, let's get on to the topic of the video. Not the topic of the video, but first let's talk about the Smash news. Not really going to talk a lot about this news, only that's funny that the only thing I want to bring up about what the Sakurai column said is that it's funny to me that getting Banjo-Kazooie was more painless for Sakurai and the team and Nintendo than, or not as many constrictions were made on the Smash team than they were by Square Enix with a hero. Which is, again, we heard all the time like Sakurai and the Western will be more difficult, and then the hero has all the things that had to be in. Like, for example, one of the reasons why we might not have a female alt for the hero, or more playable alt of the hero, was a Square Enix decision. So what are you gonna do? But anyway, let's get on to the topic of this video, which is Monster Hunter. And the Monster Hunter getting a character in Smash. Monster Hunter is it is the biggest Japanese franchise not to have a playable character in Super Smash Bros. As of right now. It's also a character that has recently broken out in the West, so it wouldn't be like the hero where it would have like this huge franchise in Japan that the West knows about. Not too well, but knows about. But now it's not what's happening. Dragon Quest. Monster Hunter is very popular right now. It's probably one of the most popular franchises in the world right now. Let's see how it transitions to the next generation and the next game does. It could have been a flash in a pan kind of deal where it does great this game, and then the next one and the other one, they start declining. and and especially with Capcom, you never know how these things are gonna work out. And with all that, and it has a stage in Smash technically, it has an assist trophy, it has a spirit, it has a boss battle, but it hasn't a character, which it seems weird to me and I think to a lot of people. Now, it could have been that maybe Sakurai didn't want to put too many characters from Street Fighter or from Capcom in Ultimate, in the base roster, because we would have 4 if we count Ken as a character, which 2.5, let's put it like that. Same with Konami, 2.5. Sega has 3, so yeah. But then again, Joker's much more of a character, of an Atlas character, not of a Sega character. Probabilities of Monster Hunter being in Smash. Before E3, I probably would have said like, I don't know, 50-50. Right now, after E3, it's weird, It's actually weird because, no. It's actually weird, no. Because of what happened at E3. And yes, at E3 there wasn't any big announcements, true, but from Capcom. But we had a whole segment on the Nintendo Direct, like 2 minutes, I think. One of the longest segments in the Direct, dedicated to a single thing, was the Resident Evil announcement, which is weird, right? Obviously we all have to, it could have just been Nintendo trying to play nice with Capcom, trying to get them back a little bit, but it could be more. Obviously, that goes with my speculation that I saw some people say like, now because of how good E3 was, the September Nintendo Direct is gonna suffer for it. I am on the side that I have a conspiracy theory, a theory that's insane enough to be true, that maybe, just maybe, Nintendo is gonna have a bigger September Direct than we thought. I think that maybe, with all the things that's going on, maybe that's when we get the Monster Hunter announcement for Smash. Not just for Smash, for Switch. The rumored one, the rumor that came with the what was going to become Monster Hunter World and all the things that came along with it, came along with the fact that there would be a Monster Hunter Portable 5 coming to the Switch. As of right now, it's yet to be proven, but the other thing was right, so maybe it could happen as like a minimum. The rumors that include extra stuff are always more likely to be true in my opinion, because it's always like, I have a rumor and it's true, so I'm gonna add shit to it. So that could have been the shit that was added. But like the Dante in Smash thing, there was a guy that leaked a lot of shit from Devil May Cry 5, and then it's like, oh, by the way, here's a trailer, here's how the trailer for Dante in Smash is gonna work. And it could be that way. It could have been one of those things. But my tinfoil theory, conspiracy theory hat is like, September Direct, not only do we get the announcement of Monster Hunter on Switch and maybe a character in Smash, we also get a Capcom character in Smash. We could also be getting like the Games Pass and the xCloud and the Ori and the Blind Forest, and maybe even whatever that Mario on PlayStation thing is, or the very public cancelled game coming to Switch. Although I could see like if the Mario on PlayStation and or the very cancelled game being Game Award announcements, like, oh, by the way, Halo, the Master Chief Collection, or Gears, Gears Collection are now on are coming to the Switch, and that's announced during the Game Awards, which would be a pretty big deal. And maybe this here at the September one, where it could be like, here's Monster Hunter, or maybe the Game Awards could also be when they announce Monster Hunter, like Monster Hunter or Resident Evil character, or Capcom character, I should say, could be the 4th character slot, or yeah, 4th. And that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking right now it's going to be a Capcom rep, mostly because of E3. And yeah, maybe it's looking too much into things. But like, Nintendo doesn't... Nintendo's a weird company, so I don't know what I was going to say there. It could be a way for Nintendo to be like, oh yeah, here's the thingy. Like planting the seeds for it. But it's just because like how long it took. But hey, we've had theories about last proven to be right, and theories with a lot more sustaining evidence having turned out to be wrong. So, You never know with this type of things. But anyway, let's go on to the comments from the previous episode of the Agumon episode. Only we got one episode from Terry Severenson, continuing on his hot streak of being on basically every predictions video that I make, which is very nice. Digimon Star is a Tamagotchi V-Pet which came out in 1997, which was 2 years before the anime and the game Digimon World. If Agumon got in, fans would be able to finally have the Pokemon versus Digimon fight they always wanted. Also, Agumon could have various Agumon as alts like Agumon X, Snow Agumon, Black Agumon, and Data Squad Agumon. In regards to the Monster Hunter, I think we'll only get the Monster Hunter Mii costume back and not actual fighter, because Capcom already has 3 characters, and those being Mega Man, Ryu, and Ken. Even though Ken is an Echo Fighter, I don't see Capcom getting 4 characters at all. Well, I brought up mostly the thing, I think I might have not explained myself well with why I brought the game instead of the V-Pet. It's because even with the V-Pet, people would still like, oh, it still came from an anime first or something outside of video games, and just happened to be a video game franchise. What I wanted to bring up, I probably am explaining myself wrong again, is just to lay the claim there. Like, even with or without the Tamagotchi V-Pet, which you could say it's not a video game, which it is, the franchise still went video games first before going anime. And the anime might have been, I don't know how long production for an anime season begins, or how long the episode, there was like 54 episodes of the anime. I don't know how long it takes. The game was also clearly, obviously, in development for maybe from 97 to the 99, was it? January 99 when the game came out? Or maybe, no, actually it would be December 98 when the game was finished in development. Or even before that. I don't exactly know how things were back then, or even now. And so I wanted to lay the claim there. When it comes to Monster Hunter, the costume, I could see it happening, although I would have to disagree on the 4 characters for Capcom, just because who would have thought that Konami would have 3 characters in Smash? Who would have? And before Joker destroyed the foundation of everything we thought we knew was going to be for DLC, especially after we found out it were Nintendo that chose the characters, or that they literally gave Sakurai the pick of who to choose, nobody would have said Sega was going to get a 4th character, a 3rd character. So, you know, you never know with these types of things. And I think everyone's going to get one. I think the character, it's going to be, again, I think it's going to be 1 character more to the west and 1 character more to the east. Kind of mirroring, more like, I don't know, I could see like Joker and not Joker, the Hero and Banjo, though Banjo really was popular in Japan somewhat. I've seen some reactions to it, but Japanese obviously knew more about gaming than probably the ones doing it than a lot of the Western side, because the Western side was full to the brim of, they don't listen to us, they don't know what we want, and it's like, god damn it, people just bitch and moan about shit. That was the big problem, I think. If we never had that leak about the guy coming forth and saying, I hope Banjo and Kazooie have a smashing good time, or whatever it was on Reset Era, people would have not complained about the Hero. People would have wanted Banjo and Kazooie, but the salt that was around, it's ridiculous. But I think that would be it. Like maybe a character for Japan and 1 character for the West. I've seen floating around maybe like a Resident Evil character or Monster Hunter, or maybe like, or the more likely ones to also be popular in Japan, and like maybe Crash Bandicoot as a character for the West, which I could see happen. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've been the Legend of the Answer again next time as we cover another fan favorite, or another big one, in Geno. So I'll see you guys next time.